The Enchanted Letters. Emma Langley had always been a lover of the past. Her bookshop, Whispers of Time, nestled in the heart of a quaint, picturesque town, was more than just a business. It was a sanctuary for stories of yesteryears. She inherited the shop from her grandmother, who instilled in her a deep appreciation for history and literature. On a rainy afternoon, Emma found herself in the dusty attic of the shop, sorting through boxes of old books. She relished these moments, uncovering forgotten treasures and imagining the lives of those who had once owned them. As she opened a particularly aged, leather-bound volume, a yellowed piece of paper slipped out and fluttered to the floor. Curious, Emma picked up the paper and unfolded it carefully. It was a letter written in elegant cursive writing. The letter was addressed to my dearest Eliza and signed yours forever, Alexander. The words spoke of an undying love and a promise to return from war. Emma's heart ached as she read the heartfelt words. She couldn't shake the feeling that this letter was special, that it held a story worth uncovering. Who were Eliza and Alexander? Did Alexander ever return? Driven by a force of purpose, Emma decided to delve deeper into their story. Emma's days became consumed with finding out more about Eliza and Alexander. She scoured local archives, old newspapers, and historical records. The more she learned, the more captivated she became. Eliza and Alexander's love story was tragic, yet beautiful, marked by devotion and separation. One day while visiting the town's historical society, Emma met Lucas Hardling, an Irish historian with a passion for uncovering lost love stories. Lucas was tall and handsome, with an air of mystery about him. His eyes lit up when Emma mentioned the letters, and he eagerly offered to help with the research. As they worked together, Emma and Lucas discovered that Eliza and Alexander had been childhood sweethearts. They grew up in the same town, their love blossoming over the years. When Alexander went to war, he promised to return and marry Eliza. The letter Emma found was one of many he had written to her during his time away. Emma and Lucas sat countless hours poring over documents, visiting historic sites and piecing together Eliza and Alexander's story. They grew closer with each passing day. They shared passion for history and love story, creating a deep bond between them. One evening, as they sat in the cozy reading nook of Emma's bookshop, surrounded by stacks of old books, Lucas leaned in and gently brushed a strand of hair from Emma's face. "You know, Emma," he said softly, "I think we're writing our own love story." Emma blushed, her heart fluttering. She had felt the connection between them growing, but hearing Lucas acknowledge it made it all the more real. "I think you're right," she replied with a smile. Their relationship blossomed as they continued their research, sharing stolen kisses and intimate conversations. Emma felt like she had found her own Alexander, someone who understood her love for the past and shared her dreams for the future. Just as Emma and Lucas' relationship reached new heights, they stumbled upon a shocking discovery. While searching through a collection of old letters and photographs, they found another letter from Alexander. This one was addressed to my dearest Caroline. Emma's heart sank as she read the letter. It spoke of love and promises, just like the letter to Eliza. But it was clear that Caroline was someone else entirely. Confusion and doubt crept into Emma's mind. Had Alexander been unfaithful? Was their love story not as pure as she had imagined? Lucas saw the turmoil in Emma's eyes, and took her hand. "We need to find out more before we jump to conclusions," he said gently. "There must be an explanation." Determined to uncover the truth, Emma and Lucas intensified their research. They discovered that Caroline was a nurse who had cared for Alexander during the war. The letters revealed a deep bond between them, forged through the hardship they endured together. Emma felt a pang of jealousy and sorrow. She had romanticized Alexander and Eliza's love story, but now it seemed complicated and tainted. She wondered if true love was ever as simple as the stories made it seem. Lucas, ever the voice of reason, suggested they track down any living relatives of Alexander or Caroline. They hoped to find someone who could shed light on the situation and provide closure. Their search led them to an elderly woman named Margaret, Caroline's granddaughter. Margaret welcomed them into her home, intrigued by their quest. She shared stories of her grandmother's bravery and compassion during the war, painting a picture of a remarkable woman. When Emma showed Margaret the letters, the old woman was filled with tears. Caroline, the old woman's eyes filled with tears. Caroline loved Alexander deeply, she said, but she always knew his heart belonged to Eliza. They were like soulmates, destined to be together. Margaret revealed that after the war, Alexander returned to Eliza. Fulfilling his promise, he and Caroline remained close friends, but their relationship never went beyond that. Caroline cherished his letters as a reminder of their bond, but she respected his love for Eliza. Emma felt a wave of relief and gratitude. The truth was not what she had feared. Alexander's love for Eliza had remained steadfast, even in the face of adversity. It was a story of enduring love, not betrayal. With the truth unveiled, Emma and Lucas returned to the bookshop with a renewed sense of purpose. They decided to write a book about Eliza and Alexander's love story, ensuring it would never be forgotten. It was their way of honoring the past and celebrating the power of true love. As they worked on the book, Emma and Lucas' own love story deepened. They supported each other through the challenges of writing and publishing, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. One evening as they stood on the porch as the bookshop watching the sun set. One evening as they stood on the porch of the bookshop watching the sunset, Lucas took Emma's hand. Emma, I know we're both been through a lot, and this journey has been incredible, but there's something I need to ask you. Emma's heart raced as Lucas got down on one knee and pulled out a small velvet box. Emma Langley, will you marry me? Tears filled Emma's eyes as she nodded. Yes, Lucas, 1,000 times yes. Their wedding was a beautiful, intimate affair held in the garden behind the bookshop, surrounded by friends, family, and the spirit of the past. Emma had Lucas exchange vows, promising to love and cherish each other for all eternity. As they danced under the twinkling light, Emma felt a sense of peace and happiness she had never known. She had found her own timeless love story, one that would be remembered for generations to come. Emma and Lucas's book, The Enchanted Letters, became a bestseller, touching the hearts of readers around the world. People were captivated by the story of Eliza and Alexander, drawn to the idea that true love could endure even the greatest challenges. The bookshop flourished, becoming a gathering place for lovers of history and romance. Emma and Lucas continued to uncover and share forgotten love stories, each one a testament of the enduring power of love. As they sat together in the bookshop one evening surrounded by the story they had brought to life, Emma smiled at Lucas. You know, Lucas, I think we've created something truly special. Lucas kissed her gently. We have, Emma, and it's just the beginning. And so the whisper of time and new love story was born, echoing through the ages. Love is timeless. It endures through the pages of history and the hearts of those who believe. Thank you for joining us in this. Thank you for joining us in this enchanting tale of love, mystery, and timeless romance. If you enjoyed this story, please like and share and subscribe for more captivating stories, for more captivating tales. Until next time, may your heart be filled with the whispers